Most people think a 72-hour fast is just about not eating, but that is straight up wrong. It is a controlled biological signal. If you want to flip your cells into a deep repair mode, you have to stop following the standard American diet loop and start hacking. The data is clear. Emerging clinical trials show that 3 days is the sweet spot for a total metabolic reboot and systemic cellular cleanup process. This content is for educational purposes and explores biological optimization, not medical advice. Individual results vary. Always consult with your primary care physician or provider. Stop what you are doing right now and check your focus level. If you hit a massive brain fog wall after lunch, you are glucose dependent. Take a look at your waistline. Visceral fat risk shows up in the gut long before a doctor mentions metabolic syndrome. That is our target today. Notice if you have a history of mid-afternoon energy slumps or muscle cramps. These are red flags that your internal electrical grid is totally unoptimized. Think of your body like a high-performance Tesla. Fasting is the software update that deletes corrupted files and recalibrates the entire battery management system. Stick around until the 9-minute mark. I am giving you the exact electrolyte matrix that prevents the crash because most people fail for one reason. We are using the weekend reset protocol. You finish dinner on Thursday, work through Friday, and push through the weekend for a high ROI biological win. Hour 0 begins. Your last meal is done. Right now, your body is processing those final carbohydrates, and your insulin levels are still peaking for storage. By hour 4, your blood sugar starts to normalize. Celli, our internal cellular manager, is still coasting on the energy from your last burrito or salad. At hour 8, the real work starts. Insulin drops significantly, and Celli begins scanning the pantry for any leftover glycogen stored in your liver and muscles. This is where the office snack drawer starts calling your name. It is a total dopamine loop, not true hunger. Your brain is just being dramatic. Welcome to hour 12. You are officially entering the transition zone. Your body is moving away from glucose and starting to tap into your fat stores. Every gram of glycogen binds to about 3 or 4 grams of water. As you burn through that sugar, you are going to start losing fluid. This is why you are hitting the bathroom every hour. It is not fat loss yet, it is just your body dumping the heavy water weight. I call this the scale lie. Do not get too excited by the 5-pound drop tomorrow morning. It is mostly fluid and glycogen depletion right now. By hour 18, ketone bodies are appearing in your blood. Celli is switching his internal engine from a gas guzzler to a high-efficiency electric motor. You might feel a slight chill or a boost in focus. That is the neurochemical pathway of ketones, providing a cleaner fuel source for your brain. The brain actually prefers this fuel. It is like switching from low-grade 87 octane to premium jet fuel for your cognitive processing and daily focus. You have officially hit the 24-hour mark. Congratulations! You have survived the hardest transition. Inflammation markers are already starting to trend downward across the board. The AMPK switch is now flipped. This is the master regulator of energy. It tells Celli to stop growing and start repairing the existing cellular machinery. Growth hormone levels can see a significant uptick now. Your body is trying to protect your lean muscle mass while searching for alternative fuel sources internally. But if you think 24 hours is the finish line, you are missing the biggest gains. We are just getting through the metabolic warm-up phase. Entering day 2 is where most Americans bail. This is when the ghrelin waves, your hunger hormones, hit their peak frequency and try to break you. Ghrelin is rhythmic. It comes in waves like the tide. If you can ignore the signal for 20 minutes, the feeling usually vanishes entirely for hours. In our 24/7 food culture, we forgot how to handle this. But remember, you are an elite optimizer. You are in control of the signal. The real magic of the 72-hour window is autophagy. This is the deep cellular clean where your body recycles old and broken protein structures. But before we hit that peak cellular repair, your body has to navigate a critical metabolic hurdle that most people fail to recognize because they are just getting started. This second phase of the fast is where your body begins to prioritize a specific type of protein that has been damaged. We are talking about autophagy. It is essentially your body's garbage disposal system. Celli is literally breaking down misfolded proteins to build better ones later. At the 36-hour mark, mTOR, your cellular growth pathway, is completely inhibited. This allows the AMPK pathway to run the show and optimize everything. This is peak cellular housekeeping. If your metabolic system was a Fortune 500 company, your current insulin levels would have the board of directors panicking. But for us, this is the goal. If you are seeing the logic here, hit that like button to help others escape the standard diet loop. Subscribe for data-backed protocols every single week. We are building the most trusted biohacking library in America with no hype and real biology. Make sure to turn on notifications. Our next deep dive on water fasting versus intermittent fasting drops this Sunday, and you do not want to miss it. Now, let us talk about the second day wall. This is where you might feel a bit wired but tired. It is your body's survival mechanism. Your brain is pumping out epinephrine and cortisol. Back in the day, this gave us the hunter's edge to go find food when things got lean. You are trying to fast while still taking Zoom calls and driving kids to practice. That stress response can feel like a strange, jittery, high-energy state. Research shows that 72-hour fasts trigger a measurable change in brain metabolites. Your brain is recalibrating its chemistry for maximum survival and sharp focus. This is not your body shutting down. It is adaptive neurometabolism. You are sharpening the blade. Get this, your focus might actually peak around hour 48. But here is the catch. This is also when most beginners make a massive mistake. They mistake mineral depletion for actual starvation, and they quit early. Your heart might start racing, or you get a dull headache. In the US, we are told to just drink more plain water, but that is wrong. When insulin drops, your kidneys dump sodium. This process is called natriuresis. If you only drink plain water, you are just diluting your remaining minerals. This is the #1 reason people fail. You are not hungry. You are just electrically short-circuiting because your electrolytes are in the basement right now. Most hydration drinks in the American market are basically liquid candy. They will spike your insulin and kick you right out of the autophagy state. You need the electrolyte matrix. Think of this as your body's electrical grid. Without it, the lights go out and the brain fog becomes unbearable for most. Here is the protocol. You need a clean mix of sodium, potassium chloride, and magnesium. This keeps your heart rhythm steady and your energy levels totally optimized. Take small sips throughout the day. Do not chug it. We want a steady drip of minerals to match the steady rate of cellular repair happening inside. If you handle your electrolytes correctly, the day 2 wall becomes a total wash. You will sail right through into the deep metabolic magic of day 3. Now, let us address the scale again. By hour 60, you might see a significant drop in weight, but let us be real about what is happening. While some of that is fat, a large portion is still the fluid tied to your glycogen. Do not let the numbers trick your ego today. The real victory is not the number on the scale. It is the reduction in visceral fat, that dangerous stuff wrapped around your internal organs and heart. Visceral fat is metabolically active and inflammatory. Short fasts like this are a precision strike against those deep fat stores that typical dieting rarely ever touches. As we cross the 60-hour mark, something incredible happens. Your body hits the proteomic threshold. This is where unique protein signatures begin to emerge in research. This is the difference between a simple diet and a systemic reboot. You are now moving into a state of heightened cellular resistance and deep tissue remodeling. Most people assume the benefits stop at 24 hours, but the latest data suggests that the 3rd day is where the truly profound changes happen. Your IGF-1 levels, which drive growth and aging, start to plummet. This is a good thing. It signals your body to prioritize survival and long-term health. This drop in growth factors is like hitting the pause button on the aging process, while your body performs a massive structural audit of its internal components. As we head into the final stretch of 72 hours, we need to address the hidden variables that separate the pros. You might think you are still fasting, but watch out for the death by 1,000 cuts. Zero-calorie sweeteners and flavored waters are the enemy. Even that flavored pre-workout or chewing gum can trigger an insulin response. If Celly senses a sweet taste, he might prime your system for digestion. This is a total wash for your autophagy goals. To keep it optimized, stick to black coffee, plain tea, or mineral water with your electrolyte mix. Now, let us prep for the finish line. Hour 73 is the most dangerous hour of the entire protocol because your brain wants everything in sight. If you break your fast with a massive American burger and fries, you are going to regret it immediately. Your digestive system has been totally dormant. Think of your gut like a factory that has been closed for the weekend. You cannot just flip every switch and expect it to run perfectly. Start with bone broth or a small amount of fermented food. This primes the pump and wakes up your digestive enzymes without shocking your internal system. Wait 30 minutes before moving to a light meal like eggs or avocado. This controlled refeed ensures you maintain the metabolic edge you just worked for. Here is the beginner-proof checklist for your first 72-hour run. Plan your start time so you finish during a quiet Sunday at home. Downgrade your training. This is not the time for heavy lifting or high-intensity intervals. Stick to walking, mobility work, and deep breathing to manage cortisol. Go to Costco or Whole Foods before you start. Get your magnesium, potassium, and mineral water ready so you never have to think about food choices. If you have a social event like a Sunday barbecue, stay focused. Sip your mineral water and keep your refeed plan strictly in your mind today. We are reaching the elite level now. Research into the proteomic threshold shows that 3 days of fasting triggers systemic changes that are truly unique signatures. Your body is essentially doing a hardware refresh. This is why we call it the sweet spot. It is long enough for deep repair, but short enough to be safe for most healthy adults. But let us talk about the red flags. You must listen to the biological signals of your body. If you feel heart palpitations or an irregular rhythm, stop immediately. While it might just be electrolytes, you never push through a cardiac signal during fasting. Severe lethargy or fainting are non-negotiable stop signs. This is not about being tough, it is about being a smart and disciplined biological optimizer right now. If you are on diabetes medications or have kidney disease, do not do this alone. You must loop in your primary care physician for a supervised protocol. Safety is the foundation of high performance. This protocol is off limits for those who are underweight or struggling with active eating disorders as well. For everyone else, the ROI of a 72-hour fast is unmatched. You are clearing out cellular debris and resetting your relationship with dopamine today. You will realize that you do not need to eat every 3 hours. This realization is the ultimate freedom from the standard American diet loop forever. Download our free science-backed 72-hour protocol PDF in the description below. No email is required because we want you to have data. We are building America's most trusted biohacking library right here. If you found this valuable, share it with someone who needs a metabolic reboot today. Check out our previous video on what happens during a 24-hour fast to understand the foundational metabolic switching that happens on day 1. Our mission is educational optimization. We want to give you the tools to take control of your biology and live at your highest human potential. Stay disciplined, stay hydrated, and remember that Celly is counting on you to lead the way. You have the map, now go execute the 72-hour plan. We will be here to guide you through every metabolic milestone and help you rewrite the rulebook on your own long-term health today. Thank you for joining the BioCell fasting community today. Your journey to peak cellular efficiency is just getting started. Keep pushing the boundaries of your biology. I will see you in the next deep dive. Until then, stay focused, stay data-driven, and stay optimized for the high-performance life you deserve.